Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Milwaukee Brewers vs Cincinnati Reds, Boston Red Sox vs New York Yankees, and Houston Astros vs Chicago White Sox, which are happening on Saturday, July 17, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. This is a thrilling pitching matchup between Brandon Woodruff and Luis Castillo. Woodruff continues to dazzle, limiting his foes to only 1 run in 3 out of his last 4 starts. The Brewers ace held the Reds to 1 run in 6 frames in the last game before the break. Furthermore, while Luis Castillo has rebounded as of late, he allowed 5 runs in 5 innings against the Brew Crew in the first meeting this season. I expect Woodruff to outduel Castillo, and Milwaukee has the dominant bullpen to hold the Reds at bay late in the game. Cincinnati has scored 4 or fewer runs in 4 out of their last 5 games. Manager Craig Counsell will give the nod to Brandon Woodruff on Saturday. Woodruff just battled the Reds in his previous start and was able to evade danger after allowing just 1 run on remarkable 9 base hits in 6 innings, finishing with a no decision in a game the Brewers lost. The talented right-hander continues to thrive and enters with a dazzling 2.06 ERA and a 0.82 WHIP, complemented by a 7.4 record in 113.1 innings pitched. Woodruff has fared well against the Reds in his career, registering a 3.3 record and a 3.70 ERA. Luis Castillo pitched 5 1/3 innings and allowed only 1 run Sunday against these same Brewers in his last start before the All-Star break. Castillo still had a shutout going when he was pulled after walking a batter with 1 out in the 6th. Amir Garrett came in and allowed the inherited runner to score, tying the game and ensuring that Castillo wouldn't be involved in the decision. Castillo has a 1.97 ERA in 8 starts since the beginning of June and has regained his form after a disappointing start to the year. He comes into this rematch with the Brewers carrying a 4.65 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, with 96 strikeouts over 102 innings. Opposing batters are hitting .254 against the third-year vet, with a .384 slugging percentage over 18 starts. The Reds went into the All-Star break playing rock-solid baseball, winning 9 of their last 11 games and getting it done at the dish. They rank top 5 in batting average, runs, and on-base percentage. Jesse Winker is a big reason why. The third-year free-swinging slugger is hitting a blistering .301 with 19 home runs and 50 RBI through 78 starts at left field for Cincy. The Brew Crew entered the break on a 3-game losing streak which came against this Reds team. They recently won 11 in a row, but have since lost 6 out of their last 8 clashes entering Friday due to a shortage of offense. Fortunately, they have built a cushion atop the NL Central. Luis Castillo will take the mound for the 20th time of the season on Saturday. Castillo just battled the Brewers in his previous start last weekend and was stellar, conceding just 1 run in 5.1 innings and ended up with a no decision in a clash the Reds won. The veteran right-hander struggled big time in the first few months but has found a groove. He has filed a 4.65 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP to go with a 3-10 record in 102.2 innings of action. Castillo has fared well against Milwaukee this season, recording a 3.52 ERA in 4 meetings and owns a 4-7 record and a 3.48 ERA in 15 career starts against the foes. The Reds are looking very threatening right now and have climbed to just 4 games back of the Brewers. Usually, it's the offense propelling wins, however the pitching has stepped up recently which landed them 3 consecutive series wins, including 3 of 4 over the first-place Brewers before the break. My betting advice for that game is to pick Milwaukee Brewers. Cole may have had some time to rest, but he still faces a tall task after tossing a complete game shutout in his last start. The Yankees' right-hander has had his fair share of struggles against the Red Sox, and he's been more vulnerable than usual as of late, allowing at least 4 runs in 2 of his previous 3 starts. On the other hand, Eovaldi has developed a penchant for saving his best starts for the division rival Yankees, who he's dominated in 2 starts this year. The Red Sox didn't play well heading to the All-Star break, and they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, which has reduced their lead in the AL East standings to 1.5 games over the Tampa Bay Rays. They will try to turn things around with a win over the Yankees, which will give them their 8th consecutive win over their rivals and increase their lead in the division. Boston is averaging 5.10 runs per game. Their .259 batting average is 3rd in the league. Their .322 on-base percentage is 10th, while their .439 slugging percentage is 3rd. Xander Bogaerts leads Boston with a .321 batting average, while Rafael Devers leads the team with 22 home runs and 72 RBI. Boston's pitching isn't as good as the team's offense. Opponents have a .260 batting average against the Red Sox, which is 26th in the league. Their 4.09 ERA is 13th, while their 1.39 WHIP is 26th. In his last start, Eovaldi gave up 9 hits and 5 runs in 5.2 innings, leading to a 5-3 loss to Los Angeles. They will need a better effort from him if they want to win this game. New York will counter with right-handed ace Gerrit Cole, who is trying to become the first Yankees pitcher to win the AL Cy Young Award in 20 years. In fact, with how dominant the 30-year-old has been over the last few seasons, it's hard to believe that he doesn't have any hardware to show for it. Cole comes into the weekend with a 9-4 overall record to go along with a 2.68 ERA in 18 starts. In his final start prior to the All-Star break, Cole spun a complete game shutout in a 1-0 win versus the Houston Astros. He fanned 12 batters and walked just 2, while limiting Astros hitters to just 3 hits on the night. The Yankees ace hasn't necessarily been more dominant than in previous years, but he's managed to remain efficient by reining in his command. Cole is still striking out a healthy 11.61 batters per 9 innings of work, but he's also cut his walk rate down to a career-low 1.74 batters per 9 in 2021. Opposing hitters have managed a slim .202 batting average off of Cole in 114 combined frames this season. In 7 career starts against the Red Sox, the Yankees' right-hander is 3-2 with a 3.86 ERA. However, most of his struggles have come on the road at Fenway Park, where he owns an 0-2 record and 5.14 ERA in 4 career appearances. Cole's lone start of the season against Boston was a forgettable one, as he surrendered a season-high 6 runs, 5 earned, in 5 innings to take the loss back on June 27. Per Baseball Savant, current Red Sox are batting .245 and 108 plate appearances off the Yankees' right-hander coming into Saturday's contest. The Red Sox are averaging 5.10 runs per game, but their average drops to 4.77 runs per game on the road. They averaged 6 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Yankees. With New York giving up 4.16 runs per game at home, the Red Sox will hit their average in this game. The Yankees are averaging 4.16 runs per game and 4.22 runs per game at home. They averaged 2.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Red Sox. My betting advice for that game is to pick Boston Red Sox. Bettors are getting some value with the odds makers setting the Astros as underdogs in this spot. Houston has been tough to beat, and it has brought its A game against the best teams in the MLB. Meanwhile, the White Sox have beat up on bad teams in 2021, but they haven't been nearly as good against teams with winning records. Giolito was giving up a ton of home runs prior to the All-Star break, and he's struggled in his career against the Astros. On the other hand, Odorizzi has logged a 1.04 ERA over his last 6 starts. The Astros also recently got Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, and Michael Brantley back in the lineup. Before heading into the All-Star break, Houston looked like it would be swept by the Yankees, before mounting a monstrous 9th-inning comeback that saw them walk off with a win, avoiding the sweep and maintaining their 3.5-game lead on the Oakland A's. After winning the opening game of the series Friday night, the Astros are still first in the majors in runs per 9 innings, 5.49, batting average .269, and ops .789. In 10 starts this season, Odorizzi is 3-4 with a 3.61 ERA and a 0.99 WHIP over 47.1 innings of work, although those numbers are deceiving as he's actually been better than that lately. Over his last 5 starts, Odorizzi has been phenomenal, going 2-1 and posting a 1.23 ERA over his last 22 innings. While he hasn't faced Chicago yet this season, he threw 3.1 innings against them last season, allowing 1 run and striking out 3 over that span. Chicago is slated to counter with right-hander Lucas Giolito, who has turned into a reliable innings eater in 2021. The 27-year-old hurler has pitched into the 6th inning, or later in 15 of his 18 starts, and he's posted quality starts in 7 of his last 10 outings. In his previous trip to the mound, he limited the Baltimore Orioles to just 2 runs in 5 S-frames to earn the win on the road at Camden Yards. Giolito comes in with a 7.6 overall record and a 4.15 ERA that has been inflated by a few rough appearances. In fact, Giolito's 3.69 ERA and 3.57 FIP suggest he's pitched better than his overall numbers might suggest. The White Sox right-hander has struck out 10.82 batters and walked just 2.86 batters per 9 innings of work this season. However, the long ball has come back to bite him at times. He's given up 1.56 home runs per 9 through 104 innings and is fresh off of giving up 8 home runs in just 6 June starts. My betting advice for that game is to pick Houston Astros. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.